Thank you for asking. Welcome to the VHS rental store. Are you finding everything okay? No. Oh, you're having a hard time deciding. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of options on the shelf. Maybe. Oh, okay, you didn't see anything that jumped off at you. Well, that's okay. In fact, I have some movies here that actually I'm about ready to put back on the shelf as soon as I rewind them. Nobody ever brings them back rewinded. You're supposed to. Please do. Please bring them back rewinded. I'd be happy to show you what I got. Maybe explain a little bit of the movies till we find something that you like. What do you think? Well, that's awesome. It's fantastic. Well, as you see, I have this stack right here. And in this stack, I have some adult movies, action movies, some family movies, but action-packed thrillers, sci-fi, the like. You'll like something from here. And then over here, I have our family collection, and our family collection here is comprised of Fox videos as well as Walt Disney. If you've heard of Walt Disney, yes. Fantastic. Well, we have some great films here. I tell you what, let me pick out a couple, and you tell me if you think you'd be interested. What do you say? Fantastic. Let me just... Probably not this. Ah, I know. Of course. Star Wars. In a galaxy far, far away. This is a great film written and directed by a guy named George Lucas. Created this entire mythical world in space where you follow Luke Skywalker. Yes, funny name, I know. Luke Skywalker right there. As Luke Skywalker looks for this woman right here, Princess Leia. She is kidnapped and held hostage at the Death Star, which is kind of what you have up here. And in this film, you have Luke Skywalker is a Jedi Knight, and a Jedi Knight actually uses these things that are kind of like swords, but they're not. They're called lightsabers, and they're super, super hot, and they burn through everything, and this is the weapon and the way of the Jedi. And he teams up with Harrison Ford, Han Solo, who is a smuggler, and he agrees to bring them to the ship to find this woman. And of course, Chewbacca. Let me just see. You can tell there. Nobody rewinds the films these days. But luckily, they can't mess up the boxes too bad. What do you say? Does Star Wars interest you? Awesome. Well, I tell you what, if you're gonna watch A New Hope, then you're probably also gonna want to come back for this film. This is the sequel to Star Wars A New Hope, and this is The Empire Strikes Back. See, in The Empire Strikes Back, you have Luke Skywalker. And, as you can tell from the cover art, they found the girl, and there's a budding romance between her and the smuggler Han Solo. And now you have Master Yoda. Oh, you've heard of Master Yoda. Many have heard of Master Yoda. This is The Empire Strikes Back, the sequel, and just a really great film as well. So, obviously, you want to start with the first film. It makes really no sense to start with the second or third, so get Star Wars, come back, and I'll be happy to rent you the second, the third one, but let me give you some options too. I don't want you to think that I'm 100% correct here. Let me find some others, and you tell me if you would prefer another one. You know what? What about this? This one actually is a brand new buy. It's still in its wrapper, the cellophane wrapper. This is an Indiana Jones film. And Indiana Jones is actually Harrison Ford, who played the smuggler in Star Wars. And of course, this is the third one, the last crusade, obviously, the last one. There probably won't be any more Indiana Jones after this one, you know. I'm usually pretty good about calling these things. But, as you see right here, I have the Raiders of the Lost Ark as well, which is the first film in the trilogy. The Last Crusade actually has Harrison Ford's father, who is played by Sean Connery, greatest, I believe, Irish, Scottish, I want to say, actor, phenomenal. Anyways, plays his father. And you have John Rhys Davies in this one as well, who's a phenomenal actor as well. And Harrison Ford is a fedora-clad adventurer and treasure seeker. He is a professor of history and archaeology and goes on these chases trying to find history and artifacts. And of course, this is the third one. I'd recommend the first one, but oh my gosh, it's such a good series. Again, probably won't come out with any more than 3 of these, but they're phenomenal movies. You like that? Okay, well, tell you what. I've given you some action. In fact, you could say Star Wars and Indiana Jones are a little bit similar in the same genre. Let me try to find you something that's a different genre. How about that? Yeah, okay. Let's say, no, it's, maybe, oh, you know what? This, yes, definitely this. Ghost. Oh. No, this isn't a horror, or, well, I guess it kind of is a paranormal movie. It's actually a love story. Ghost is a touching love story about these two individuals, Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze, as well as Whoopi Goldberg makes an appearance as well. She's a psychic, and this is a supernatural, where Patrick Swayze dies, but he's in love with Demi Moore, and Whoopi Goldberg is the conduit. And if you've ever seen the scene in the news or covering it on trailers where the woman is making the pot, and Patrick Swayze, the ghost, is behind her, and he's moving it, and you hear just it's a great soundtrack on this guy as well. Oh, you have heard of this? You never seen it though. It's great. Let me just see. Of course, it has not been rewound. Don't worry, I'm well prepared to rewind that for you if you were to rent it today. Let me. How am I doing so far? Am I doing good? Find some things you might be interested in. Fantastic. That's what I'm here for. Let's continue. Let's see. Grease. Have you seen Grease? Yeah, you own it. Okay, that's great. All right. Yes. Yeah, we carry WWF stuff as well. How about this? How about this? Dances with Wolves. Dances with Wolves is another movie that has not been rewound. That's what I told you, right? Dances with Wolves is a film about post-Civil War, and you have Lieutenant John Dunbar, who is played by Kevin Costner, correct? Yeah, Kevin Costner. And he goes to an abandoned fort in the middle of Sioux country with Native Americans, indigenous people. And they hate him for a good reason, and he hates them. And through mutual bonding experience, he actually becomes one of them. And it's a really incredible film. It's actually 7 Academy Awards with this guy. Best sound, best film, best score. Just an incredible film. They call him Dances with Wolves because when they see him the first time, he's playing with a wolf that he calls Two Socks because its feet are white. And later on, there's Tatanka, which means buffalo, and it's a really cool film that demonstrates a time in history where you would have this post-Civil War America trying to bring itself back together again, and indigenous people, Native Americans, and particularly the Sioux tribe, who was responsible actually for killing General Custer. It's a historical battle. Just a really cool film. So. Oh, you're impressed that I was able to pull that? Me too. I was impressed I was able to pull that out as well. Let's see. Like I said, we carry WWF tapes as well. Animated series, comedies, Hot Shots with Charlie Sheen. It seems to be pretty popular. The Wedding Planner, Matthew McConaughey, Harry Potter. Have you? Oh, you're a big Harry Potter fan. You're a Harry Potter fan, but you've never seen Star Wars. You'd probably like it, honestly. If you like the sci-fi type of deal, then you would probably like Star Wars. Maybe even more so than the other ones. And of course, course, Grease, Surf Ninjas. Got a couple Sylvester Stallone films here as well, but this just really interesting film selection and eclectic film selection as well, and bound to find something that you'll enjoy in here. But let's shift over here because we have a lot of really interesting things over here. Do you have children, perchance? Well, yes, good, but also you don't need them to really enjoy these films. Some of these films are just so phenomenal. So let me show you a couple of them. Let's see. Well, let's start from the top, right? Beauty and the Beast. One of the greatest, I think, movie soundtracks. Disney did something really, really special with their movie soundtracks, and this one is no exception. I mean, you're talking about these films being good, objectively speaking, doesn't matter if you're an adult or a child. This film actually here was nominated for 6 Academy Awards, including the Best Picture, which was the first that animated movie that was ever nominated for it. And right on the back it says the best movie I've seen this year period for adults and for kids. And so you don't have to be a child to enjoy this. And of course you have Belle and the Beast, and the premise of this is actually based off of a I believe it's a French short story, but I could be mistaken. You have a man who is trapped in a castle, who was basically under a curse that made him as ugly on the outside as he was on the inside. And in order to break the curse, he has to convince someone to fall in love with him, or make someone fall in love with him. And all of his helpers were turned into various things: teapots, clocks, candlesticks. And again, the soundtrack on this guy was absolutely ridiculous. Like, ridiculous. That's the Beauty and the Beast. But you know what? There's so many other great options here. For instance, Mulan. Mulan is a story of a Chinese legend where a man gets called up for service. Mulan's father, he is too old and decrepit to actually fight, so she disguises herself as a man and enrolls in his place because she knows that he's too injured and will just be immediately killed. And she gets accompanied by Mushu, who is her dragon, and it's a really incredible film. And they are going up against the Shan Yu, and it's phenomenal. The Han Army, I think they base this off the Mongols. I'm not sure, but anyways, try not to think like too deep into this, but just incredible music. And Eddie Murphy is actually the voice of Mushu the dragon, and it's a good time, man. It really is. It's a great movie. Let's keep going. Let's see. You know what? I feel guilty because I just keep boom, one right after the other, but there's so many good films here. Toy Story. Toy Story is a film about a bunch of toys that actually come to life. They speak. They're living, breathing creatures, so to speak. And there was an ecosystem with all of these toys, and then all of a sudden, the child who owns these toys brought home the spaceman who is Buzz Lightyear and throws a curveball and everything, and it's awesome. You have Tom Hanks, who is Woody, and then you have Tim Allen, who's Buzz, and then a lot of really like great actors, and then you have just probably some of the greatest soundtrack. You've Got a Friend in Me, and just incredible. Randy Newman was nominated for an Academy Award. I mean, just incredible film. Let's see what else there is. Man, there's so many good ones. There's so many good ones. Which ones to pick? Which one to pick? Let's see. Let's try this one. And this is The Lion King, and The Lion King, probably one of my personal favorites. The Lion King is a movie about a lion cub, Simba, born into the world, but there is an evil uncle. There's always an evil uncle, right? Scar, who is trying to usurp his brother, is very jealous of his brother Mufasa, and basically Simba gets outcasted and has to fight his way back, but meets a lovable warthog and a prairie dog, Timon and Pumbaa, and also falls in love with another lioness, Nala, and again, just an incredible soundtrack, Hakuna Matata. This was actually turned into a Broadway play as well, and it's just a phenomenal film. Let's see. Hercules, who put the glad in the gladiator? Hercules. As you can tell, I've seen it a couple times. Hercules, the story of the Greek god, well, half god, son of Zeus, that was stolen from Olympia, raised by mortals, and now has to perform acts of strength in order to become a certified hero. Incredible soundtrack as well. Danny DeVito, and this guy plays a half man, half goat, named Phil. Just a really incredible film. Incredible film. The Fox and the Hound. Don't watch that film unless you want to cry like a lot. Miracle on 34th Street. Have you seen Miracle on 34th? You have? Okay. The original or the remake? Okay, this is the remake, and I mean, it's the same story, but it's really phenomenal. Arnold Schwarzenegger's Jingle All the Way. Yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic Disney, or not Disney. It's a classic Christmas movie. The Parent Trap, Lindsay Lohan, that kind of put her on the map, right? Oh, Lion King, dude, down here. Tarzan, Phil Collins, the half man, half ape. Well, Phil Collins isn't the half man, half ape. It's a story of a half man, half ape. I tell you what. Let me just show you one more. I really gotta show you this one. The Emperor's New Groove. One of the greatest Disney films ever. Let's see. Oh, they were close, weren't they? "78 minutes running time." Emperor's New Groove, Walt Disney. Let me just check this box. this guy, Cusco, the emperor of, well, wherever they are. There's Pacha, and then Kronk, and then Yzma. And, well, basically what happened is Cusco is the emperor and fires Yzma, who's his wise consultant witch woman. And she does not take kindly to that, so she tries to kill him. The problem with that is that her helper, Kronk, is an ignoramus and accidentally poisons him and turns him into a llama. So he has to go on the run, essentially, and teams up with Pacha, who is a peasant in a village that he's going to destroy to make room for his pool. Basically, Cusco is a terrible person, and he has to team up with Pacha in order to basically get saved. And he learns a lot along the way. David Spade is the voice of Emperor Cusco, and it's just it's so good. This is not a film that's known for its music, unlike the other movies that I showed you, but it's just a phenomenal film representing the arguably the golden age of Disney and animated films. So, what do you think? Fantastic. So, you're interested in checking out the Star Wars films, and then you're interested in Ghost. You said, yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So, start off with the Star Wars. Come back and see me after this, and I'd be happy to, you know what, come back and see me. We'll talk about it. I need someone to nerd out with and talk about Star Wars. The people here, they're sick of hearing me talk about this movie. So come back and talk to me about it. If nothing else, we'll have a good conversation. So Star Wars and Ghost, you said. Okay, Star Wars and Ghost, Star Wars and Ghost. Gotcha. And then what about anything from over here? Hercules, yeah. Oh, you've seen it. You want to see it again? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I don't fault you at all there. What about in Mulan? Okay. I knew I'd get you. I knew I'd get you on Emperor's New Groove. Yeah, you won't be sorry. So I'll tell you. Boom, boom. Okay. I'll tell you what I'll do. You said five of these. Give me like 3 minutes. Let me take these down. Make sure they're rewound for you. Clean them real quick, and then I'll give you. How long are you looking? 7 day rental. 7 day rental. Perfect. So you got 5 days. So, oh yeah, you gotta make time for the first watching sports. Yeah, I got you. So that'll get you at least 5 days for you and whoever else you want to share these experiences with. Honestly, you might watch Star Wars, rewind it, watch it again, rewind it, watch it again. You know what? If you love this movie so much, we actually have probably used copies as well. So if you find that you love it so much, I'd be happy to sell you a pre-owned copy as well when you come back, so you don't have to keep renting the same movie over and over again. So yeah, but give me about 3 minutes. Come back and I'll have them for you. Fantastic. I'll see you then.